Guys, today we are supposed to discuss about ADOP, okay, so application the online patching. So just before going to that, I am thinking better I give some information about the AD patch, not like a YouTube one. Just I'll explain AD patch utility and how it works. Okay, so that would be useful for you because, as I said. Many of the environments are still on 12.1. Even when if you get any upgrade, 12.2 upgrade, 122 upgrade, you might need to use ADPatch utility as well. So it's better to know both of them. Okay? So even in interviews, definitely people would be asking you directly. If you say with the 3 years experience, directly, if you say I know only ADOP, then it's directly saying lie, isn't it? So because this 12.2 recently has just 2 years back, I think it has come up. So let's quickly review the AD patch utility, okay? And once it is done, you will get some idea. Okay, so you'll get some idea how exactly this AD patch works and how to execute the AD patch. So I'll give you the overview here, and then I'll give you my previous presentation of execution part. So how I executed and the example, like how I downloaded, how I executed, the step-by-step procedure I have explained in that YouTube channel in my previous session. Okay, that one I will share it to you. You can go to it. You can go through that, and even if you get any doubt or if you need any clarification, you can get back to me. Okay, or else I'll see. I should have 12.1 setup also in my hard disk. I'll see if that is running. Okay, so probably I could show you one. I could apply a patch on 12.1, and I could show you that one as well. Okay, along with the ADOP patch practice. Right. So let me share. Oh, yeah, it's already shared. So this is the one. Okay, if you want, I can share this document also. That's not a problem for me. But please make it very confidential. These are all the documents which we were sharing are Arkel documents. You won't be getting outside mostly. Okay, and just make it. I mean, keep it with you. Don't share it to anybody. All right, so this is the 12.1 presentation. Okay, the document is belongs to 12.1. It's the patching and auto process. Most of this stuff we have already discussed yesterday. Okay, in the patch types, so patching naming convention, patch components, the way the patch creation, downloading a patch, overview for till downloading the patch. Yes, it is. We have already discussed yesterday. Okay, downloading the patch, auto patch operation, applying a patch on multi-node system, patching documentation file, reducing the patch downtime. Certain things are really new, okay, which are not there in 12.2. It is there, but it's there in a different way, basically. So let's see one by one quickly. So yeah, I mean, yesterday we have seen these bug fix, new feature, interoperability patch, diagnostic patch, translation patch, performance patch, documentation patch. These are the different types of patches. We got it in application. Okay, just remember all these patches are belongs to the application. Okay, so I mean, though the type of the patch naming convention is different, the way you apply the patch is same. Okay, it's like AD patch utility. So every patch, okay, it can be a translation patch, it can be a performance patch, or bug fix, or new enhancement, or diagnostic patch, whatever it is. When you download it, okay, you would be getting as a P followed by patch number underscore operating system dot zip format, and when you extract it you would be getting the same file system like the driver file, the read.txt, some of the LDT files and patch related files you would be getting. Okay, but the contents inside inside the driver file, the content may be different. Inside the patch folder, I mean the product or the product name, you would be getting one folder for every patch. In that the file system may be different. So, but the driver file U followed by patch number.drv. Okay, if it is a older version, C followed by patch number.drv, or D followed by patch number or Z followed by patch number DRV. The file naming convention will be same. Okay. So you're learning this, you're knowing these types of patches just to know what exactly that patch is doing. When you're downloading the patch, if anybody says, okay, this is interoperability patch, then you will have some idea. Okay, if it fails, there could be a reason where the operating system DLLs may miss, okay, because right away it will be working with the operating system and operating system DLLs and binaries of the database and all, so by any chance if it get fail, you would be okay, it will be easy for you to troubleshoot, I mean, from where you need to start troubleshooting, and you would get some idea. That is the reason, if you know the type of the patch before applying it, should be well and good, but the way you apply the patch, you don't need to worry. The same way you would be applying. Okay. So yeah, patch terminology, as I said, patch is the patch number, product family, R12 point, the product dot A, R12 point. This is 12 point product dot B, something like that, and this is the maintenance pack. Okay, so here they missed one. This is R12 point product dot A is a mini pack basically. It's a one-off pack, mini pack, and they missed the family pack, and then release pack. I mean, release updates is nothing but the maintenance pack. So that we discussed about this in detail. Okay. So the patch components again here, text, patch driver files, replacement files, patch metadata files. So we discussed about this yesterday. See, once again, let's have a quick review. The text contains the step-by-step action plan, the patch details, okay, for example, how to apply the patch, what are all the bug fixes has been fixed in through this particular patch, what are the new enhancements added in this particular patch, okay, any special instructions are there after applying the patch or before applying the patch, is there any precautions you need to take, is there any AD admin activities need to perform, or auto config need to perform, okay, so the entire information you would be seeing in the readme.txt. Okay, the same thing you would be seeing in the readme.html as well. So two files you would be seeing in the folder, or else I mean before downloading itself in the meta link, you would be seeing, okay, readme, okay, one tab will be there, and when you click it, you would be, I mean, it will be open another window. So there the entire stuff will be presented. So next, patch driver files. Okay, see, I mean, U followed by unified or uniform dot drv. Okay, which contains the copy portion, database portion, and the generate portion. Okay, again, I'm saying in the earlier versions, you will have CDG drivers as well, copy separately. Okay, CDG drivers separately, but after certain time, so the maintenance become to what you call it, to difficult, means you need to the downtime window need to be assigned in a high level. Okay, that is the reason, they clubbed all the CDC drivers and release it as a unified driver, and they simply, if you apply, okay, a unified driver, that will take care of I mean, copy portion, database portion, and generate portion. So next, replacement files is nothing but the product related. Okay, depends on the patch type. These files will vary basically. Okay. So patch metadata files. Okay, these are called LDT files. Metadata files are nothing but LDT files basically. For each and every patch, you would be getting these LDT files. For example, the naming convention would be B followed by patch number dot LDT file you would be getting, F followed by patch number dot LDT you would be getting. Okay, so B followed by patch number dot LDT contains the list of a list of patches. Okay, the prerequisite patches and all presents in the B followed by patch number dot LDT is prerequisite in the prerequisite bugs. Okay, and anyway, the prerequisites verification and all in the readme text it would be mentioning, but before applying the patch also will cross verify what are the prerequisite bugs in the sense patches need to be applied before applying this patch, and the files also. Okay, so F followed by patch number dot LDT contain the file type and the file name and file version. So before performing the copy, no sound. Is that mute by any chance? Or it is up and down? can hear Mohit. Okay, Mohit, can you please check your speaker once again, please? Just pull off and put it back. Well, as I said, the file supply. See, basically, as I said, the C drive is the copy portion. The copy portion will be taken care. Database drive, D drive, database operations, and G drive generate operations. Okay, so the copy portion, when first the copy portion will be executed. So when the patch is working on the copy portion, the files will be copied to the, I mean, new files will be copied to the product. Okay, product location. So the whatever files is introduced through that particular patch, those files will be copied. So before copying, it will be validated. Like what is the minimum version? Okay, the patch, some rules will be there. If the existing file minimum version is so and so, then only copy. Otherwise, throw an error. Okay, otherwise don't copy. So even the bug fixes also. Before applying this particular bug, okay, is nothing but patch. Before applying the patch, the list of patches need to be applied. Okay, so it will go to the database and it will verify, but it won't be verifying in the operator. The files won't be verifying in the operating system, and the bug numbers won't be verified in the direct. There is a patch table called AD underscore bugs or AD underscore applied underscore patches. It won't be going there. Okay, so there are two snapshot tables. Okay, totally three actually. Three snapshot tables will be there, and we have discussed about this in AD administration utility. AD underscore snapshot underscore files, AD underscore snapshot underscore bug fixes, AD underscore snapshot. Okay. So this AD underscore snapshot contains the snapshot information when the recent snapshot has been taken and when it has been updated. The relevant details will be presented in AD underscore snapshot. But AD underscore snapshot underscore file contains the entire e-business suite file system information will be presented in AD underscore snapshot underscore files. Means the file name, the file version, the file name, the file version, the product name, the entire information will be there. Okay. The bug fixes, what are the patches till today has been applied to that particular e-business suite. The list will be presented in AD underscore snapshot underscore bug fixes. So this patch, okay, so before copying or before applying, first it would be connecting to the AD underscore snapshot underscore files and verify the existing file, and the file name. With the file name, it will verify what is the version of the file, and in that rule, the version minimum should be so and so, something like that. If by any chance the both are mismatching, you would see an error called snapshot old error. Okay, so it's a bit confusing. This snapshot to old error you would be getting in the database side as well, right? So this is not related to that snapshot. Don't jump into the database and it's undo related, undo management. If there is no undo sufficient undo space, definitely you would be getting this snapshot to old error, isn't it? Okay, so it's not that snapshot error. Okay, when you are applying a patch, by any chance if you see an issue with the snapshot, okay, don't directly jump into the database and start looking into the table space information. So depends on the situation you need to respond. Okay, if in the alert log file or when you are performing any database related stuff, okay, if you get this issue, yes, you have to go to the database and verify it. But when you are applying a patch, if you see this particular error, you have to update your snapshot through AD admin. So your current snapshot and the existing file system is not matching. So you have to use the AD admin to update the snapshot. Okay, so you have to cut out and you have to come out of the patch session. You have to initiate admin utility, and as I said, you cannot execute multiple AD utilities in parallel because of the append underscore install underscore process table restriction. So you cut off the AD patch utility and you initiate AD admin utility. Go to the snapshot option and say update snapshot. Okay, it would take minimum 3 hours. So this need to be intimated to the customer. Okay, so it is something it's not like you would be, it would be repeating in the non-production instance, and it will be repeating, I mean, it will be presenting in the production or something like that. It may not you may not get this issue in a non-production instance and may get in production instance. So normally we do this activity. It's an online activity. Anytime you can perform. So okay, if you decide this particular activity need to be done, so you'd be seeing when the snapshot has been taken, and if the snapshot is too, that also you can see through AD admin utility. So in that AD admin utility, you will just cross verify when the latest snapshot has been taken, and accordingly you will update the snapshot. It will just a 3 hours, matter of 3 hours, and it won't disturb any other. So simply you can start this activity online, or anytime you can start the activity. So what is the snapshot is updated, and you won't be getting that issue. You get it right. So this is a typical error basically, and which you won't be getting in the non-production and may get in the production, or you won't be getting in the production and you may get in non-production, something like that. So those are LDT files. Okay, so when I extract the files, I'll show you that LDT file. Every patch will get that LDT, right? B followed by patch number dot LDT, and F followed by patch number dot LDT. Both the files you will be getting. Is that clear? So yeah, I mean it's a uniform U followed by patch name .dld copies, replacement files, performance database updates, generate files. Okay. So other patch components read the text metadata files, key patch information. That's what files are what files it is going to copy. Okay, what are the minimum requirement? What is the prerequisites of this particular file system, and what are the bugs it is going to fix it, and what is the minimum requirement, that information. Okay, replacement files, and the replacement file, SQL files, these and all patch related files. So patch creation, yesterday we have discussed like whenever end user is performing any of the activity. Okay, so if they come across an issue, they would be coming to you. You would be verifying it, and you would be checking with the functional and technical, and they would be contacting the Oracle support, and Oracle support will be verifying it whether it is already existing database is having existing data, their Metalink database is having this bug fix or not. Otherwise, they would be sending to the development team, and development will create a bug fix, and they will be attaching to the Metalink, and they will be coming back to us. Okay, so that's the normal process, and everywhere is the same process. Okay, so sometimes you without contacting Oracle itself, you would be seeing. Okay, if you go to the Metalink and if you search it, if it is a straight error, you would be getting that error. But sometimes even if you get a meta note, write meta note, sometimes we may need to get the confirmation also, right? So again, we will be contacting Oracle support, raise a service request, and contacting Oracle support saying that this is the error I got, this is the meta note I have seen in the meta link, and is that okay to continue, yes or no, something like that. This kind of decision also we can make with the help. Okay. So here, yes, only one file system. Here there is no, in 12.1, there is no concept of dual file system. The only one file system will be there. So Apple top, common top, and the INST top, three tops will be there, and it will be applying to the Apple top. So all the patches, all the application patches, totally belongs to the application. Okay, I mean, so only Apple top. It will be applying to the Apple top only. So AutoPatch overview is automates many of the tasks to make the application patches easier. Supports a powerful granular patching mechanism which allows the changing the minimum set of files. Compares the version numbers before replacing a file to ensure the most recent file is used. This is what I said. So at the time of this particular point only, it will be verifying the snapshot tables, and throwing the error if the versions are not matching or something. Okay, so does not change the files if those on file system are more recent. Okay, so if the same version is there, it will not change. Okay, it will be keeping like that. Okay, so make the backup of copy. Yes, I mean, before copying it, it will be making a copy of that particular file, but still it is mandatory to take a complete application and database backup before starting any of the patch. Even it's a 4 MB patch, I mean, it can be a 4 KB patch or it can be 400 patch. Whatever it is, you have to take a full backup. Why? Because once you apply a patch, you cannot roll back the patch. Application patches cannot be rolled back. Okay, so if anything goes wrong, there is no other way. You have to restore from the previous backup. Okay, so it's not like a database is having that option, rollback option, but on the application we don't have such an option. Okay, so does not run the database tasks and have already been performed. So it prompts. Okay, so whenever you execute AD patch utility, it will be prompting the some information like, is it a right Apple top or not? Is it is it right Oracle home or not? Next, the email notification, the parameter, okay, and the app's password, system password. These are the regular parameters which you need to provide as part of AD utility also. Okay, so on top of that, it would be asking, okay, the patch location. Where did you extract the patch? It will be asking, okay. So and then it will be asking the driver file name also, okay. The location, okay. So since this AD patch is there in the system location, so yeah, a system since the AD patch utility is there in the system path, okay, you can execute from wherever you want. So normally people will be executing from the place where they extracted that. Okay, so usually, when you execute from that location, that current location, it will take it as a patch location and it will tell this is the patch location. Is it correct or not? It will be asking. So when you say yes, okay, so, it would be asking the driver file name. So here you will be giving u followed by patch number dot drv file. If you are by any chance, if you get the cdc driver, first you would be giving c followed by patch number dot drv and you will be applying. Okay, once you say enter, it will be asking the number of workers also, and after that you would apply. So after that, again you will be initiating AD patch utility, and you next time you would be giving the same parameters you would be giving, and the driver location you will be giving d followed by patch number dot drv. Apply the patch, and again u followed g followed by patch number dot drv, something like that. So three times you need to use AD patch utility if you get a cdc driver, but if you get a unified driver, so one time if you give, automatically everything will be taken care. Okay, so those are the prompts it will be asking basically. This AD patch utility will be asking, right? Patch driver file, and yeah, we have all discussed about this. Okay, this also. So usually this ID patch utility performs, so these are the operations like it will compile the JSP files, it will update the database objects, it compiles the invalid objects, it generate the forms, reports, and message files. It runs the auto config if it required, okay, to update the configuration file if any template files introduced. Okay, it depends on the patch. If any new template file being introduced, or any new configuration key configuration changes happen, then it will run the auto config also. It saves the patch history information in the database. It saves the patch history information in the database. Okay, so that means there are two tables basically. Okay, ad underscore bugs table. Okay, ad underscore applied underscore patch. There are two tables basically. Okay, so ad underscore bugs and ad underscore applied underscore patches. Okay, so in these two tables, the patch number will be copied. In these two tables, both the tables patch numbers will be copied. Okay, but if anybody asks you, okay, in the interview and all, if anybody asks you, and the same thing is there in the R12.2 also. All right, the same tables will be getting there also. So if in an interview, if anybody asks you where exactly you would be checking before applying the patch, okay, whether the patch has been applied or not, you always say bugs, AD underscore bugs instead of AD underscore applied underscore patches. Maybe they may stress you like, why can't AD underscore applied underscore patches? What is the difference between AD underscore applied underscore patches and AD underscore bugs? They may stress you. What you need to say is AD underscore bugs contains all bug numbers. Okay. AD underscore apply underscore patch contains the applied patch number. That means let's say you are applying one. This is the patch you are applying. Okay. So along with this patch, maybe this is a mini pack, let's say. Okay, mini patch is nothing but the combination of one-off patches, as I said, right? So along with this, let's say two, three. Okay, these are the bug fixes. Okay, this particular patch is the combination of all these patches. Let's say this is a mini pack. Okay, so these are all one-off patches. This is one of the this is one of the one-off pack, and this is one of the one-off pack, and this is something like that. Okay, and two, three, four patches. So when you apply this particular patch, okay, in AD underscore bugs, all five entries, okay, this number and all these four numbers will be copied to the AD underscore bugs. But AD underscore applied underscore patches contains only this number. You getting me right? Okay. So AD underscore bugs contain applied patch plus along with that patch, what are the bug fixes happened? That list also will be copied to the AD underscore bugs table. But AD underscore applied underscore patches contains only applied patch. Okay. I'll repeat again. So as I said, AD underscore bugs contains all the bug numbers. It contains all the bug numbers means in this example, let's say I'm applying this patch. I'm applying this patch. This is a mini pack, let's say. Okay, this mini pack is the combination of all these four one-off patches. This mini pack is the combination of these four one-off patches. So now when you apply this particular patch is nothing but when you apply this mini pack, AD underscore bugs contain, okay, after applying the patch, this applied patch number need to be uploaded to some location so that, you know, when next time when you are applying the patch, before applying any of the patch, we would be checking whether that particular patch has been already applied or not to that particular instance, okay, and then we will be taking a decision. So for that, you know, these two tables are the patch histories basically. Okay, whenever you apply the patch, at last the patch number will be copied to this table specifically. Okay, so here the AD underscore bugs contains the applied patch and along with that particular patch, what are all the bugs fixed. Okay, so AD underscore applied and AD underscore bugs contains these five patch numbers will be copying to the AD underscore bugs. But AD underscore applied patch contain only applied patch, only this number. Only one row will be inserted to the AD underscore applied underscore patches. Five rows will be inserted to the AD underscore bugs. So AD underscore bugs contains all the applied patches and the bug information, everything. Okay. Let's say after a month you have come across some issue. Okay. Again you contacted Oracle support. So they asked you to apply this particular patch. Okay, maybe by mistake they have given her something or somehow they have given this particular patch, let's say. So when you go and check in AD underscore applied underscore patches, you won't be seeing this, right? So when you apply this, these numbers have not inserted into AD underscore applied underscore patches. Okay. So but when you go to AD underscore bugs and verify, this number will be there. So that is the reason I'm asking you to verify AD underscore bugs. Okay. Instead AD underscore applied underscore patches. So you got the scenario? See, somebody asked you to apply the patch. Simple. Okay. So some issue has come up and analyzed and went to the Oracle support. They have given the patch number. Okay. Please apply this particular patch. Okay. So immediately you shouldn't jump into the database or you shouldn't jump into the application and bring down and apply the patch. Right. We would be doing some analysis. So first, as a first step, we would be checking whether that particular patch has been applied or not. As a first step, before doing any of the analysis, as a first step, we would be checking that. So if the patch is already applied, immediately you will going back to the Oracle support and saying that this patch is already there in my machine. Still, this issue exists. So This may not the right answer. Please provide me the one more patch like that. You can immediately go. Okay. See, after doing okay, after getting the patch number and after performing the PPA means pre-patch analysis and after bringing down the services and you try to apply the patch. If you came to know that this patch is already been applied, the whole efforts will be wasted, right? PPA efforts, downtime effort, everything will be wasted, right? So that is the reason the analysis, pre-patch analysis is mandatory. Okay, whatever way it is, doesn't matter. But analysis of the patch is mandatory. Okay. So as part of that analysis, very first step you would be checking whether that particular patch has been applied or not. Okay. So after, if not, then you will start the other analysis. Okay. So to verify that, you would be verifying AD underscore bugs table and AD underscore applied underscore patches table. Okay. So in that, I'm requesting you to prefer AD underscore bugs table. Okay. So if you see the documentation and all, people will be talking about applied underscore patches only. Okay. But in the real time, everybody will be verifying AD underscore bugs table. So because AD underscore bugs contain the bug number along with the bug fixes happened with that particular patch, the entire information you will be seeing. All right. So the save patch history information to the database. Okay, fine. So this is where it will apply. Okay. So if it is the only it's a one-off patch, let's say the only this is a one-off patch you apply. Let's say this is the one-off patch you applied. So this number will be inserted here, and this number will be inserted here. Okay, but the main difference will come okay when you apply the mini pack or family pack or another patches. Okay, so next, AutoPatch is a platform aware and translation aware, right? So this is a another important point. So before applying the patch as part of analysis, you would be verifying. You need to verify what is the operating system you got. Okay, it's a Solaris or it is Windows or Linux or Solaris or HPX, whatever you need to verify because this is a platform dependent. So when you are downloading the patch with the same number, you would be seeing so many number of so many types like for Linux one download, okay, one link, for Solaris another link, for Windows another link, something like that you would be seeing. Okay, and also the language patches. Before downloading the patch itself, you need to make sure that how many languages you are using. Okay, so only be your instance is having the base language alone or multiple languages. So if you've got a multiple languages, you have to download the multiple language patches as well. Okay, so but at the time of applying, you need to apply. You need to apply for the base language first, and then other languages later. All right. Okay, this is database which is history information during food levels. Chip file feature not required. Match patches so we'll discuss here. Hide PWD by default. Hide PWD is happening. Patch application assistant PAA. There is a feature in YAM, and they're saying with the help of with the help of that tool, you can analyze the patch like what are the prerequisites are required, what are the post requisites are required, that information. But don't rely on that. You have to do the patch analysis manually. So okay, we have already discussed it. All right. So we'll discuss about this. I'll explain you multi-node instance how you would be doing and apply the patch on multi-node. All right. Okay. See, there are some scenarios. So very important. If it is a multi-node instance, how to apply the patches? The most of the interviewer spend a lot of time on this particular concept. Right. Let's say node one. Okay, so let's say this is DB one app two app three. Okay, so let's say this is concurrent node. Okay, so you are applying this patch. Okay, you are applying this patch. Okay, so this need to be up. This need to be up. Okay, and these things to be down. That's the minimum first requirement. All application services need to be down, and the database and listener should be up and running. Okay, this is the first requirement. Once it is done, there is another requirement, enable maintenance mode. Okay, this particular enable maintenance mode concept only till R12.1 only. Okay, so that is a feature is available in AD administration utility, and that has been taken off in 12.2. Okay, so there if you see in 12.1, if you execute AD admin utility, you'd be seeing five options plus exit. Okay, but here in the other day when I show you, you got four options plus exit. Okay, so that is enable maintenance mode. You need to enable the maintenance mode. Okay, these things need to be down, and you need to enable the maintenance mode before applying the patch. Okay, all right. So when you are applying the patch, okay, application patch particularly, done down now. Sorry. Okay, when you are applying the patch, you need to apply. Sorry, no, you need to apply here. You need to apply here, and you need to apply here. So application patches need to be applied on all the nodes. Okay, on all the nodes, no matter it is a web server, web and form server, or it's a concurrent server. Okay, so it has to be applied in all the nodes. The first thing. Okay, so next one is if you are having a NLS, okay, NLS enabled. First, base language need to be applied here and here and here. After that, then depends on the number of languages you need to apply in all the node again. Okay, so first what you need to have is as part of your patch analysis. Okay, so first you need to find out check or multi-node. You have to check whether your instance is a single node instance or multi-node instance. Okay, and again, see, this is also multi-node. This also you can call as a multi-node. That doesn't mean you need to apply in all the nodes. Okay, so you have to make sure how many number of application nodes are available. Okay, so find how many number of application nodes are there. This is important. How many application nodes are available? So you need to apply in all the nodes. Okay, so apply on all application. Okay, next fetch NLS information means how many languages are enabled. Fetch NLS information. How many languages have been enabled? Okay, so I need to apply for all languages. Make sure base language applied first. So you just need to make sure that base language is applied first, and then other languages. Okay, so here in this case, if you got many NLS languages, you may use merge feature. Okay, you may use merge feature. All right. So suppose you got five languages along, plus your NLS, sorry, your base language. So you would be executing base language first, and then five language patches will be there, right? You can club together. Okay, so all the five languages you can merge it by using ADV merge. ADM RGPCH utility, and you can apply in a single shot, which will save your time. Okay. So if interviewer asks the patch time saving technique, this is one of the technique you can say. So if mine is NLS enabled, okay, and after applying the base language, I would merge the other languages and I'll apply in a single shot so that I can save that time. We can say, okay. So that's the NLS. Okay. Next, another very important thing is shared Apple top. Okay, make sure check whether you got shared Apple top is nothing but see in the application. Okay, see every application. Let's say this is one application. This is one application. Okay, so in this, the basically application is nothing but the combination of technology stack plus product. Okay, so this is let's say this is a technology stack. This is application. Little bad. Okay, so this is technology stack and this is application. This is application. Okay, so technology stack, basically the application node is nothing but the combination of technology stack component plus application. So here also technology stack plus application. But see, when you go for the multi-node installation, okay, only technology stack vary, not application. So application remains same. Okay, in all the nodes, the application will be installed in the same way, but the technology stack here you would be seeing the farm server, web server component, and here you would be seeing the concurrent server component. Okay, but the application they will install same, and the maintenance of the application is you need to repeat, because means if you need to recompile your forms, first you would be compiling here, and again you need to compile here also. So if you got 10 nodes, you need to compile on all the 10 nodes. Okay, so so again it's again a repeated task, right? So node one, node two, node three, node four, node five. So totally five nodes are there, and even a single task like if you want to regenerate one form, you need to regenerate in all the nodes. Okay, if you want to regenerate a report, you need to regenerate in all the nodes. If you want to apply a patch, you need to. I mean, if you want to apply a patch and application, you have to apply here, you have to apply here, and you have to apply in all the application nodes. Since it is a repetitive, I mean, since the tasks are repeating, okay, so Oracle has come up with the concept called shared apple top. Is nothing but in okay, let's say this is the primary node. Okay, in this primary node, the application will be copied. 1 minute. 1 minute. My kids has got up and started some noise. Right. Okay, in the primary node, all the all the products will be installed. Okay, means application is nothing but your Apple top. The entire Apple top will be copied here. In the next node, okay, technology stack it will be copied anyway, and this is the empty folder will be NFS this. Okay, NFS. So empty folder will be here, and this will be NFS to this one, so that it is something like a sharing and mapping a drive in your Windows. Okay, so here the file system will be here, and the empty folder will be here with the same name. Okay, the empty folder will be there, and this will be attached to this particular folder, NFS mount. So whenever you log into this particular folder and say ls, you would be seeing these components, the source components. It's the same way, right? In the Windows machine, if you map a drive, so somewhere your all the software location will be there in the server location, and you will map that server location here as a G drive or N drive or something. When you click on the N drive or G drive, automatically you will be seeing all the softwares and all, right? And if administrator copies a new software in his machine, that will be applicable to all the machines who and all mapped that drive, isn't it? The same way here also, in the primary node, the application will be copied. Okay, the entire application will be there. And the secondary node, third, fourth, fifth node application folders will be linked to the primary node. So that whenever you copy a file, that will be reflected in all the way. Okay, when they log into this particular machine and see a CD to this particular location and say ls, they would be seeing this location, this file system. The third machine also, okay, and they log into that particular machine and go to that location, go to that folder, when they say ls, they'd be looking the primary file system. So by any chance, I mean, if you are regenerating any of the form, if you regenerate here, obviously it will be reflecting here and here also, right? So you don't need to do again and again. So even in the patching also, okay, if yours is a shared Apple top, so if you apply a patch on primary node, that would be applicable to all. You don't need to apply it to all the nodes. In one node, if you apply, that's more than enough. So, though you got a number of nodes, number of application nodes depends on the shared Apple tab enabled or not, your downtime vary. You're getting me right. So if yours is not a shared Apple top, you have to apply here and you have to apply here, and you to apply here it may take 2 hours, and the same thing it will take maybe since the database operations already happened. Data it may ignore the database operations, but copy portion and generate portion need to be happened here. Means okay, if you take 2 hours here, and it may take 1.5 hour here, so extra you're spending another 1 hour, right? And another 1 hour if you got a 3 nodes, another 1 hour if you got a 4 nodes. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 hours plus 2, 5 hours. And if yours is a shared Apple top, just 2 hours is enough. So patch downtime vary basically. Okay, so you have to cross verify. This is also important. Okay, so you have to check whether yours is okay before estimating the downtime and going to the customer and ask, this is the downtime window I required. You have to verify these things as well. Okay, you have to verify the shared Apple tab enabled or not. If it is enabled, the time downtime will be different, and if it is not enabled, downtime will be different. You getting me right? Is that clear? And how do you may get it out? How do you check whether yours is a shared Apple tab or not? Right. So come to the primary node. Okay, any node. Come to the any one node. Create one dummy file. Text. I mean, touch A, and go to the other node and see whether that file exists or not. The created file, the whatever file you created on the other node, you are able to see that file or not. You are able to edit that file or not. So you can, if you can see that, yes, it's a shared Apple tab. So in my environment, mine is 12 plus 2, 14 node environment. Imagine if my 14 node environment is not shared Apple tab, how difficult it is to apply a simple 4 MB patch. So even a 4 MB patch also, even if it is a 4 MB or 40 MB, doesn't matter. I need to provide all the parameters, isn't it? I need to initiate a AD patch utility. I need to provide all the parameters, and I need to see. I mean, I need to wait till it completes, and I need to verify the log file, and then switch to the other system. Again, initiate the AD patch utility. Provide all. See, the execution of patch may be little, it may take a little time, but the preparation for the patch takes much time, right? There is no alternate for that. At any cost you have to provide all the parameters. At any cost you have to verify the log files under on each and every node. So if it is not a shared Apple tab, nightmare for you, definitely. Okay, because you have to apply in all the nodes. If you got a multi-node installation and not a shared Apple tab, it's a hell for you, to be honest. Means whatever activity you are performing on the application, you have to repeat that activity in all the nodes, no matter it's generating a form or generating a report or generating a message files or generating a jar files or recompiling the JSP files, running the auto config, all these activities, any AD utility related activity, you have to perform on all the nodes if it is not shared Apple tab. Okay, I'll tell you one interesting question in interview. Okay, they'll tempt you like, boss, I have some 5 KB patch. So how long it would take, roughly? People may ask a simple question. They ask, I have 5 KB patch. It's a 5 KB is nothing but maybe it is copying a simple file. That's all, not no generate portion, maybe no database portion and all. So just it might be copying one file. That's it, one location to another location. Means to that particular product or folder somewhere, it is copying, let's say 5 KB patch. So they'll tempt you, like by saying 5 KB, they'll tempt you, and they'll be asking, I mean, how long it would take. The straight answer is not more than 1 hour, but intelligent answer is you need to pose more questions. Okay, 5 KB patch is fine. So what type of installation you got, whether it's a single node or multi-node? Because based on that, the downtime will vary. Again, if it is a multi-node, is it a shared Apple tab or not? Again, accordingly, the downtime will vary. Okay, and if it is a multi-node installation, I mean, if it is a shared Apple, okay, if it is a shared Apple tab, and how many languages you got? Again, based on that, your downtime will vary. Okay, if it is non-shared Apple tab, number of languages, downtime will vary. So as per this information, I would be estimating the downtime. This is the intelligent answer. Instead of saying 1 hour, okay, so if you pose the questions, if you ask these questions again, I mean, to the interviewer, and accordingly, I will take the decision. Well, it will be an intelligent answer, and people will impress. So you need to pose all these things, like you need to think all these things when you are working on patching or when you are performing any of the AD utility. Okay, sometimes people may ask, you want to execute auto config. Okay, so how many? I mean, how do you? I mean, how long it would take? This is also vary based on the number of nodes. Okay, for auto config, NLS is not a matter. Okay, so it won't affect if you are having NLS enabled or not, but it would affect when you got a more number of application nodes. So if I mean, normally for running auto config, running auto config alone may take 15 to 20 minutes time. Okay, let's say half an hour time, but before that some preparation is there, right? So that also you need to consider. So you need to run on the test mode, and you need to verify what are the changes it is going to happen, and you need to take the backup of those changes and all, and you would be bringing down the application, and then you will be applying. So you need to calculate the downtime for to bring down the application, to run the auto config in test mode, to verify the log files and all. Okay, and to run the auto config. So for all these 4 points, you need to consider before asking the downtime. So if they say I got a 4 node installation and it's not a shared Apple tab, then you need to ask 4 hours at least. If it is a 4 node installation, it is a shared Apple tab, then 1 hour is fine. Maybe buffer another 15 minutes, another 30 minutes, take a buffer by any chance if anything goes wrong to troubleshoot it. Okay, so ask 1.5 hours. So if they ask about the downtime and all, okay, you need to pinpoint all these points, okay, with the interviewer. So because depends on the environment, the things will vary basically. Single node, multi-node, NLS, non only language. Okay, so shared Apple top, non-shared Apple top, all these things matters basically. You clear, right? And if you want to make a note of them, and you won't be seeing all these points in the documentation or somewhere. It's just it's an experience. That's all. Sharing the experience only. Okay, so go through this presentation, means the recorded video again and a couple of times, and this is where people will be spending more time on interview. Okay, auto config, patching, installation and all, I don't think they will spend much time. It's a once in a while activity, right? So AD utilities, using AD utilities, patching, cloning, and upgradation, and again regular tasks like user, how user will be contacting you, and for what purpose people will be contacting you on daily basis. So what are the maintenance activities? What are the downtime activities? Okay, what are the difference between this and that? So this way people will be approaching you in interview. All right, you clear about this? All right. So the log file, okay, so AD patch and the AppleTop admin SID log location, you would be finding the log file, okay, that contains all the log information. In the same location you would be finding the worker log file also. So if the worker is if any of the worker fails, you can go to the worker log and you can verify. Right, this is Sandal. We have shared state, Sandal VTCT. That's all, man. This is what your AD patch utility basically. So I'll give this. Okay, I'll upload this video and I'll give the patch example, like how I applied the patch in 12.1 environment. So just go through it, that one as well, and yeah, I think I can show it to you also when we are doing the practice of ADOP. So I'll try to show you. Okay, so it should be there. It should be there in my somewhere in the hard disk. I'll show you. All right. Okay, and let's take a break tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow I had some personal work. I'm traveling tomorrow. Scenario means Tej. Okay, that's what I explained you, right? The NLS is one scenario. Okay, shared Apple top is one scenario. Multi-language, multiple nodes are one scenario. So, and maybe I can share you some information of what some queries I can share you related to this, and I'll see what are the documents I'm having. Basically, scenarios are nothing but this one only. So when you got shared Apple tab, how do you approach? When you got non-shared Apple tab, how do you approach? When you got only one language, how do you approach? And the NLS language, how do you approach? Okay, the multi node installation, how do you apply the patch? Single node installation, how do you approach? So these are the scenarios basically. That is what I have explained you. I'll see if any more documents I'm having. I think this is the one, and I'll see. I have prepared some SQL files. I can share you some of the statements, like finding the patch, okay, identifying the patch being applied or not, and after applying the patch, what are the files it has introduced to know there is another select query that such a things, and all I can share it to you guys. And some of the my analysis, so previous analysis also I would share it to you. So how it will be very golden, but just for the format purpose, I would be sharing to you. PPA, as I said, right, the pre-patch analysis. That part I can, a couple of PPAs I can share it to you. So yeah, that's all. All right. So what I can share, I can do one thing. I can show you support. Okay, I think this anyway. I will be at the time of practice. I will be showing. So patches and updates. Here you would be downloading the patch. So patch number you need to give, platform you need to give accordingly. Okay. What patch? Right. Find out some any of one patch number. Mm, Any patch number should be fine, just for testing purpose. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I don't know. Some patch number I'll find out. You may not get. Like this, you would be getting, man, the patch number, description, release, platform, language, platform recommended, platform product, which product it is, the size of the patch, something like that you would be getting. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, for example, when we are going to perform any of the practice, might be finding any one patch to show the demo. We'll download the patch and we will upload it to the server and we'll do the further analysis. Okay, so let's see you on Monday. All right, tomorrow there won't be any class. So let's take a break. So, but I'll give you the patch 12.1 links as well, and you can go through them basically. All right, see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.